Hello everyone, Joseph Zabrowski here. So I'm just going to do this video doing it for the community, just so that everybody knows that this guy Phil Piccolo is very dangerous. He's a pathological liar. And I'll also do it partly for my legal archive. So he wrote a response underneath this video, and I'm gonna put this video in my response so you can just refute the stuff that he's saying. And first off, he's already been proven just a pathological liar online. All you have to do is go to different places like here, for example. I mean, the guy lies about his name. Good night. Okay, so says he says the very same thing that he says about my stuff. He says regarding this like $1 million lawsuit that's being brought against him by Vista Network. He says this lawsuit does not have any truth to it whatsoever. We have legal representation. All I can legally say is the lawsuit is frivolous and non-truthful, just like he said about all my stuff is non-truthful. Practically everything he said is a lie. So listen to what this guy says. He says, "You are too funny. Now pretending to be Saint Phil, or should I say Saint Felice?" Okay, so now remember here, right? This lawsuit by Vista Network is brought against Phil Piccolo, Kevin Dalton Johnson, Paul Morris, Joseph Reed. And the guy here is pointing out that this guy who calls himself Felice is really Phil Piccolo. That's what he's doing here. He says, or should I say Saint Felice, as you introduced yourself. Now we can add Felice D'Angelo to all your other aliases. By the way, in this business, Travelata, he calls himself Felice Costello. So he's a pathological liar. So I'm just saying beware, my friends. These are some of his other names: Johnny D'Angelo, Johnny Danglo, Philip Angelo, Joseph Stevens, Don Johnson, Felix Angelo, John Nocton, Warren Anthony. So, I mean, go through this and you'll see these are the companies, just some of the companies that he's scammed people with, okay? Says, also, it's too bad that Armin wasn't aware of all your other failed MLM programs that you stole millions from. I repeat, stole millions from. And he just gives a whole list of them. So this is a guy with a history of just stealing, lying, and stealing are his mantra. So he comes on my video and says all kinds of baloney. So I'm just going to take a couple of the lies. The point is that he's already been proven a pathological liar by so many in the past. But I'll just take a couple of these lies here and I'll show you that they're lies, okay? So he says, he's talking about me. He says he never paid a dime toward membership because I never got my $2,000 back, nor do I plan to. So it was my money that paid for this guy from day one. In fact, if you look at his back office, I funded it from day one, not the company. I did. Okay, so let's go to my email. This is an email from Felicity. See here, Felicity, Mr. ASAP. That's his alias name. And if I scroll up here, let's see here. One moment. Actually, it's right here, I think. Okay, this is it right here. Okay, so this is Felicity saying to me, send wire to Travelata.com. This is his wiring information, and this is his phone number. This is his alias name, Felicity. Okay? And then this is what he writes to me after I sent it. Okay? He writes, okay, all is done. Send the additional funds when you can. Now you have a 1-star, a 2-star, a 3-star, a 4-star, referring to the TACP packages. All working. $9,000 turns to $18,000, $14,000 for you, and $4,000 for me. Okay? Do you see that? He's confirming that I sent the money to him. He gave me his wiring information. This was the $7,000 that they owe me. Okay? He's telling you right there, this is the guy who right here in this in this comment in YouTube, he says, so it was my money that paid for this guy from day one. I just showed you the confirmation. He's confirming that I sent him the money. Okay. In fact, if you look at his back office, I funded it from day one. So he's saying that he funded my back office. I put $7,000, and he's saying he funded. But as you see right here, he's saying all is done. Okay. He gave me his banking wiring information. I sent it. He says, okay, all is done. And he tells you the amount that I have in my account. Okay, he gets 4,000, I get 14,000. So there you go. That's lie number one. Lie number two. Okay, I did also. He never sponsored one active person in any area, and he also tried to steal other people's downlines. So below this video, if you want to get on a Zoom with me, as I said in a previous post here, which he deleted because I refuted him and it made him look bad, just simply let me know, and we'll set up a Zoom, and I'll bring 2 or 3 of the people in my downline if they're available. They'll be available. We'll work it out, and you can talk to them and see if they signed up underneath me and paid for the TACP program. Okay, so we can do that. That's available to you. I want you to know that this guy's a liar. Do not do any business with him. He is going to steal from you. Again, he says, I have not been paid 1 penny. Okay, so let me show you that. He says he's not been paid 1 penny. Well, these are just my records, part of my legal archive. Travel out of case here. This is what Phil has been paid on 1/4/19, $200. Let's see, actually, no. Exhibit A, 12/7/18, he was paid 200. He went along with the rules because we had an agreement by email that he was going to get paid 200. I'll show you that one moment. This is 12/2, December 2nd, 2018, from Felicity. He says here at the bottom, this is regarding the account. So as of today, leave $200 a week in there for me to withdraw. So as of today, leave $200 a week in there for me to withdraw. This is our written agreement by email. Okay. So one moment. So this is my part of my legal archive. These were the payments that Phil took on 12. Okay, as I said, this email was 12/2, and then so he received his first 200 on 12/7, 200 on 12/14, 200 on the 21st, and then he started taking more. So he stopped going along with our written agreement. 360, and then here on 1/4, I'm going to show you actual proof. Okay, see, he came into my account and took more than the 200 that we agreed on, so that caused a major upheaval. I went back and forth with support, and I said, get this guy out of my back office, and they agreed. And so they said, you can send him the money transferred in your back office. Now I'm going to show you a video that shows you me transferring. Okay, now one second. This is all to show you that this guy is a bold-faced, pathological liar. Okay, 1/4/19. Okay, one moment. All right. So this is a video where this is a video receipt. Okay, it shows my transaction. Transfer to my upline of $200, in which case I will be doing this every week until he's paid in full. By the way, okay, January 4th. January 4th, 2019. The ITC ID to transfer to is 1000000. That's his ID. 003. Enter the ITC username to transfer. That's his username. Join free in lowercase. So now the amount of BTC. Okay, I'm going to go to the GDAX, which is Coinbase's exchange. The present price of Bitcoin is $37.40. So we'll just cruise through that. I'm sending $200. 5. So we'll just move through that. First time I'm transferring, I'm not sure where I'm going to get this 2FA. I think they're going to send one to me. So that's the amount right there. 684. Okay. It's the first time I'm transferring. I'm not sure where I'm going to get this 2FA. I think they're going to send one to me right now. I'm going to hit transfer now. Your funds have been transferred. So I just transferred it. You're seeing it here in the video receipt. I will do this each week for $200 at the end of the week on Friday. So you can see, okay, you guys, that was January 4th, as I have right here, January 4th, 2019. I sent him 200. This is in your face. This guy is a pathological liar. That's all he does. I mean, he lies when he doesn't have to lie. I mean, and that's a really sad sign, okay? So you're seeing it with your own eyes. This is my video receipt that I sent to him. I can show you the email. I don't think it's necessary. I think you understand where I'm coming from here. So let's go back here, okay? It's so pathetic. We got to deal with these evil criminals, just liars, okay? So those are a couple of lies. He just goes on and on about how I'm a loser and how he's such a success and blah blah. Okay, so I just thought this really isn't for the record, but I just thought it was kind of interesting. Okay, first off, you saw this. So he says, you know, I'm such a loser, and you know what I do online, I always market myself as according to the truth. I do a ministry called Our Father's Productions, and then I do online businesses to fund my ministry. And this is exactly what Phil knew, and this shows his ruthlessness. That even though I have a ministry for God, I do Christian children's stories, Christian movies. I mean, I do quality work. Okay, it's out there. Like for example, this is part of my website. I have a movie called The Lying Machine. It received a Dove seal of approval. Okay, that means it's a faith-based movie. Okay, and as you can see right here, The Lying Machine. It was on DirecTV. DirecTV has an audience of over 50 million people. Okay, so the movie was on DirecTV. Now, granted, there's about 40,000 movies made per year. About 1% of those movies get theatrical or television distribution. Okay, my movie got television distribution. I was in the top 1% in the entire country. Okay, that might be the world, 40,000 in the world. Okay, so that's just, you know, I'm not bragging. I'm just refuting what this guy says. He's like, everything he says is a lie. My movie's also on Amazon. It's on Real House. So now this was my first movie, mind you. I got worldwide distribution for my first movie. So this is an example. Furthermore, let's see. So this is my site. These are our books. I've written a series of children's books. They're holiday stories for kids ages 5 to 11. Joseph Zabrowski, and they're to foster spiritual and character development in kids. Joseph Zabrowski. That's a summer story. It's an Easter story. By the way, this story was illustrated by one of the top illustrators in the world. He worked for the President Bush on various projects. Michael Glenn Monroe, right there. You can look him up. Christmas tree. So you know, I used to be the first visiting author at Nationwide Learning. I'd go to schools and I'd teach kids how to be Christian artists. So this is my ministry. Now I'm showing, part of the reason I'm showing you this is to show you the ruthlessness of this guy, because I mean, you know, he knew all this. In fact, I think I sent him a link on my books. He actually watched my movie and went on and on about how good the movie was. Okay, I'm making my second movie and we're almost finished. So, I mean, you know, the guy is just, now, you can see my books here, they're on Barnes & Noble, right? You can see up here, Barnes & Noble. Those are the books right there. All right, they're on all kinds of sites, okay? Now, so if you were to do a Google search, okay, you're type up my name, Joseph Zabrowski. This was the movie I did, The Bodyguard. I used to work for Kevin Costner at TIG Productions. In fact, I'll show you that. One moment. So this is the guy calling me a loser. And this is just to show you how much of a pathological liar he is, okay? So, just to show you proof, okay? I was in the movie The Bodyguard. I did commercials. I did television. That's Kevin Costner right there, and that's me. Okay, I'm in the same scene with Kevin Costner. Right? Just by the way, this is my ministry, Our Father's Productions. Okay, I worked for Kevin Costner. I know Kevin Costner. I've been to his house many times. Okay, but the point here that I'm trying to make is this guy. Listen, read what he says. He just goes on and on how I'm a loser and blah blah blah. Now, if for example, um, okay, so if you go to my YouTube channel, I have about 3,000 subscribers. Here's Phil Piccolo. This is his YouTube channel. He has no subscribers. Now, he did a video, Phil Piccolo radio interview, okay? This was a big radio interview. He got 32 views. That's 4 years ago, okay? On the video that I just did a week ago, I got, you know, almost 10 times that amount. So, you know, just interesting to watch. This is the guy who's, now if you type up my name, you'll get all kinds of stuff about my books, about movies, about all kinds of stuff that I've been involved in. My movie on Amazon. Just various programs that I've done online. But once again, I do online businesses to fund my ministry, Dove Foundation, books. Okay, but anyways, now if, for example, contrarily, if you go type up Phil Piccolo, isn't this so hilarious? Now type up Phil Piccolo, right? This is the guy who uses the alias Felicity. This is the first page of Google. You type up Phil Piccolo. What do you see? The first thing, Phil Piccolo scam. Phil Piccolo, the one-man internet crime wave scam. Phil Piccolo, the final days scam. Phil Piccolo. I mean, it's just like Vista Network sues Phil Piccolo and associates for fraud. I mean, this guy he's pathetic. I mean, it's pathetic. I mean, he's a pathological liar, literally. I mean, a pathological liar. Phil Piccolo, Hendon Mob Poker Database. The MLM backup, Phil Piccolo's story. Internet con artist and smooth talker, Phil Piccolo. Now, this is a guy telling me how great he is and that I'm a loser, okay? It's unbelievable. Just unbelievable. As you can see here, nationwide learning, that's where I went to schools and I taught kids how to become Christian artists. Now, furthermore, if you were to, I'm not going to get into it, but I have all kinds of people online who I've sponsored and I've helped them in my life, in their lives. And I've helped them like earn money online. This is just one of the guys, okay?
Hey everybody, it's Chuck Goulet from Instant Payday Network and Empower Network, and I just wanted to send out a great big thank you and a giant endorsement for a guy by the name of Joseph Zabrowski, who happens to be my sponsor. There are so many things I can say about Joe, so many ways he's helped me and changed my life and made me the success that I am today.
There you go, Phil. Okay? And I have numerous. If you want to see more of these videos, just let me know. I have people that have done videos as a thank you note to me for helping them make money online. Contrarily, if you go to Phil, you will see, as this guy says here, it's also too bad that Armin wasn't aware of all the other failed MLM programs that you stole millions from. I mean, while I'm helping people, he's stealing money from people. So the bottom line here, when all is said and done, you know, Phil, you're going to stand before God, okay? And at some point in time when you're standing before God, the question that's going to come up when Jesus is looking at you, at some point he's going to say, and so Phil, what did you do for my name's sake? And what are you going to say, Phil? You're going to say, well, you know, I stole thousands of dollars from that guy and stole thousands over there from that other guy and thousands from him and thousands from her, and I had a big house. I had $3 million homes, and I lived lavishly. I lived a great life, and I was off the backs of stealing from others. And now, obviously, that's not going to get you too far with Jesus, right? Because he's looking at your heart. So I really encourage you to wake up. It's really pathetic that you're, I think you're like almost 80 years old. You look 80. I mean, I'm not trying to be mean or anything. 70s or 80s. So, I mean, you look like you're a pretty old guy. I mean, I would think that you would want to get right with God, because when all is said and done, that question will occur. And furthermore, if you haven't read God's word, I know you talk a lot about God, but God's word says, what you do to the least of your brothers, you have done unto the Lord. Okay? Now, you stole money from me. Okay? And you didn't just steal it from me, my friend. Okay? You stole it from God. Because that money, as I started this whole thing out, that money is used for my ministry. Okay? It's used to write books for kids and help them foster spiritual development and character development in their lives. It's used to, it's used to make movies, Christian movies, to lead people to Christ. And if you haven't learned, Phil, the job description that Jesus gave us when he left was to make disciples of all nations. So I ask you, Phil, have you led any people to Christ? Have you? I tend to doubt it, because stealing money from people it's just usually doesn't go hand in hand with leading people to Christ. So that's what Jesus and God is concerned about, and you better start getting to work. And if you ever do have a true repentance, I know for sure that one of the first things that God will compel you to do is to pay off the people that you've stolen from. And you know in the very depths of your hearts that you have stolen from me, just like you stole from that other group. That's why you have a $1 million lawsuit against you. So that is it, my friends. I'm just going to post this video in the YouTube section, and you can look at it, and so you can see that this guy is a very dangerous person. Stay away from him. And if he does screw you over, it's good to take action, you guys. Put in your complaints with all of the different agencies, like the FBI. There's an FBI agency online. There's the Consumer Protection Agency, the Florida Attorney General. He's in the Palm Beach area, the Palm Beach Consumer Affairs. The SEC, if it's relative to what he's stolen from you. There's various other groups as well. But you can contact me, and I'll send you a whole list of the groups. It's important that we do this as an online community, so that we can clean up our own community, because it's people like this guy and others who are ruining our whole online community. There's a level of trust in our online community that is just, it has spiraled downward, and it's because of people like this guy. So let's come together and let's do the right thing. Take care. God bless.